Think you've heard of some crazy crimes? Well, buckle up because today we're diving into the 51 weirdest, most unbelievable things ever stolen in the United States. From entire bridges to. Wait, someone actually stole a house? Stick around because number one will leave you speechless. But before I start, I really ask you to subscribe to the channel. Just click on the first link in the description. I really want 1,000 subscribers. Please help me! All right, let's start with some pretty wild ones. 51, a 10-ton bridge. In Pennsylvania, thieves literally dismantled and stole an entire 50-foot steel bridge. How? No idea. But if you see a bridge for sale on Craigslist, maybe ask a few questions. 50, a Stradivarius violin. A $5 million Stradivarius violin was stolen from a musician at gunpoint. Don't worry, it was found later, probably in some guy's closet under a pile of socks. Number 49, an entire beach. A Jamaican beach lost 500 truckloads of sand overnight. Turns out someone literally stole it to sell to resorts. That's next level beachcombing. Number 48, a giant inflatable chicken. Someone in Florida stole a 10-foot tall inflatable chicken from a restaurant. They probably just needed a new backyard decoration. 47, a solid gold toilet. Thieves stole a $6 million golden toilet from an art exhibit in England. Imagine being that committed to luxury. Number 46, a giant mango. Thieves in Australia stole a 10-foot tall fiberglass mango. Maybe they were just really hungry? 45, a fully grown cornfield. Farmers in Illinois woke up to find an entire field of corn missing. It wasn't a prank, just really sneaky thieves. Number 44, the moon rocks. NASA once had moon rocks stolen and sold on the black market. Who knew space crime was real? Just 43, a nuclear missile part. A top-secret nuclear missile part was stolen from a military base. Yeah, that's concerning. Number 42, a U.S. Army tank. A guy in California stole a military tank and took it for a joyride. How'd he even start it? Number 41, an entire building. In Detroit, a 2-story building just disappeared. It wasn't demolished. Someone stole it. All right, now we're getting into next level weird. Hashtag 40, a live shark. In Texas, a guy literally stole a small live shark from an aquarium by disguising it as a baby in a stroller. Who needs a pet goldfish when you can have a shark? Number 39, an elephant. In the 1980s, someone stole a circus elephant. Yep, that actually happened. To number 38, a 3,500-pound Buddha statue. Someone actually stole a 7-foot tall bronze Buddha statue. How? Well, not by sneaking out of a museum. Nope. These thieves brought a crane and a truck and just hauled it away. Luckily, they weren't exactly zen about covering their tracks. It was found weeks later at a scrapyard. For 37, a whole coral reef exhibit. Okay, but why steal an entire coral reef exhibit? These thieves drained the tank, grabbed the coral, and shoved it into coolers. Their plan? Sell it illegally. But turns out stolen coral isn't easy to resell. Authorities found the reef dying in some guy's garage. Busted. Thracker 36. A mummified human toe. Now, this one is straight up disgusting. A bar in Canada serves a cocktail called the Sour Toe Cocktail, which, yeah, has a real human toe in it. One night, a guy takes the drink, swallows the toe, and runs out. The bar was furious. But plot twist, he mailed it back with an apology. 35. A house. Yes, an entire house. One day it was there, the next day, poof. Movers literally picked it up and took it. Someone must have really needed extra square footage. 34. A UFO-themed McDonald's sign. You'd think McDonald's would be safe from alien abductions, but nope. In Roswell, New Mexico, the UFO capital of the world, someone stole an entire flying saucer-shaped McDonald's sign. Either they wanted the coolest wall decoration ever, or maybe aliens just needed a late-night snack. 33. A 4,000-pound pink elephant statue. How do you even steal something this big? A giant pink elephant statue from a car dealership? Well, someone used a flatbed truck and just took off. Police later found it abandoned in a field. You gotta wonder, did they just change their minds? 32. Nicolas Cage's stolen dinosaur skull. This one's wild. Nicolas Cage bought a rare dinosaur skull for $276,000 at an auction. Turns out it was stolen. Mongolia demanded it back, and Cage, being a good sport, returned it. But still, imagine casually owning a stolen dinosaur skull. 31. The Beatles' first US concert tapes. A sound engineer straight up stole the master tapes of the Beatles' first US concert. He just walked out with them. The tapes vanished for 40 years until the FBI finally recovered them. Talk about a long-lost treasure. 30. A 3,000-pound bell. A church in San Francisco woke up to find its 3,000-pound bell missing. Not exactly an easy getaway vehicle, huh? 29. 300,000 gallons of maple syrup. Forget money. Maple syrup is liquid gold. Thieves pulled off an $18 million heist, replacing real syrup barrels with water. Took months to realize it was missing. 28. A 20-ton locomotive. Someone stole an entire train. I mean, how? Thieves hired a fake moving company to take it, until police spotted it repainted at a scrapyard. 27. A giant saguaro cactus. This 20-foot-tall cactus is worth thousands. Thieves chopped it down, but karma struck back. When they loaded it, it fell on them. They were arrested, and probably still picking out cactus needles. 26. The world's largest lobster statue. Maine is famous for lobsters, but one town had a 30-foot-long, 700-pound lobster statue. One night, it disappeared. Police later found it in a fraternity house. Because, of course, college students were involved. Or Sire 25, Einstein's brain. After Einstein died, a pathologist literally stole his brain, cut it into 240 pieces, and kept it in jars. Science or just plain creepy. 24. Ronald McDonald's grave. Okay, this one is just wrong. There was a real guy named Ronald McDonald. No connection to the clown. His gravestone was stolen, and when police found it, they discovered it had been stolen twice before. 23's 200,000 eggs. Egg prices were high, so what's the logical thing to do? Steal 200,000 eggs. Thieves hijacked a semi-truck filled with eggs and tried to sell them on the black market. Police cracked the case in days. 23. A 350-pound pumpkin. A guy spent months growing a giant pumpkin, only for some thief to steal it. The thief tried to carve it into a jack-o'-lantern, but got caught when police found pumpkin guts leading to his house. Not the smartest criminal. 22. A giant Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. How do you steal something this big? The famous Wienermobile was stolen from a parking lot. Police found it abandoned on the highway. My guess. The thief got cold feet halfway through. To 21. A secret FBI surveillance truck. Not just any van. This one belonged to the FBI and was loaded with surveillance equipment. The thief broke in, drove off, and when he realized what was inside, he abandoned it immediately. Probably the smartest dumb criminal on this list. If you thought those were weird, just wait. 20. A 5-foot-tall nutcracker. A holiday thief in Oregon stole a 5-foot-tall nutcracker from someone's yard. Who knew Christmas decorations were so valuable? Stuck to verse 19. A live alligator. Texas is wild, but this is next level. Someone walked into a wildlife center and stole a real live baby alligator by stuffing it into their backpack. And how did they get caught? Oh, just posting it on TikTok. Genius. The cops showed up, the gator was saved, and I assume the thief learned that alligators don't make good roommates. 18. NASA's space suit gloves. You ever want to feel like an astronaut? Well, one thief took it a little too far. In 2002, someone stole a pair of NASA astronaut gloves, actual gloves used in the Apollo program. They disappeared for years until they turned up at an auction house. Turns out, space gear is in high demand, even on the black market. 17. A fully functional pirate ship. All right, this one is straight out of a movie. In California, thieves stole a full-size, fully functional pirate ship right from the dock. Problem is, it turns out sailing a pirate ship is harder than it looks. It was found drifting, abandoned, just a few miles away. Maybe they ran out of rum? Yep, 16. A $100 million painting. His is the biggest art theft in history. In 1990, two thieves dressed as police officers walked into the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum and stole paintings worth $100 million. To this day, the paintings have never been found. That's right, they are still missing. Somewhere, some rich dude is just staring at a stolen Monet in his living room. Aren't 15 a million bees? Thieves in California stole beehives with over 1 million bees. Talk about a buzzing business. 14. Charlie Chaplin's body was stolen. This might be the creepiest theft on the list. In 1978, grave robbers actually dug up Charlie Chaplin's body and tried to hold it for ransom. They got caught and Chaplin was reburied, this time under solid concrete, just in case. 13. The Dukes of Hazzard car. Fans of Dukes of Hazzard know this car well. But in 2019, a real, screen-used General Lee car was stolen right out of storage. And get this, it's never been found. Somewhere out there, a thief is probably driving like Bo and Luke Duke. Tur 12. A sunken warship's bell. Divers discovered a World War II battleship wreck. And instead of respecting history, they stole the ship's bell. They melted it down for scrap, but the crime was eventually discovered. Talk about disrespecting history. 11. A 7-foot-tall Bigfoot statue. Imagine waking up and realizing your 7-foot Bigfoot statue is gone. That's what happened in North Carolina. Either it was stolen or Bigfoot just decided to go home. Here we go, the top 10 weirdest stolen things ever. 10. A 6-foot-tall frying pan. This one's extra crispy. A giant frying pan stolen from a diner in Iowa. What were they gonna cook in it? A dinosaur egg? Number 9. A working police car. A cop was chasing a suspect on foot, but forgot to lock his police car. So someone else jumped in and drove off with it. Florida, man, just Florida. 8. An entire fire truck. A firefighter stopped at a gas station for a quick break. And someone hopped in and drove off with the entire fire truck. After a citywide chase, they found it abandoned. Maybe the thief just wanted to live out his childhood dream. 7. An entire train. Yep, you heard that right, a whole train. In 1986, a rogue railroad worker in Minnesota decided to take a 4-car train for a joyride. The man hopped in the conductor's seat, fired up the engine, and took off without any real plan. The police had no way to stop it, so they had to derail it on purpose. Luckily, no one was hurt, but I bet that guy won't be riding the rails anytime soon. 6. A 10-foot-tall hamburger statue. Imagine waking up and realizing someone stole your giant burger statue, and then finding it floating in a lake. That's exactly what happened to a Florida restaurant in 2017. This 10-foot-tall fiberglass burger mysteriously vanished overnight, only to be discovered later, completely soaked in water. Who steals a giant burger, and why? The world may never know. 5. A fully grown oak tree. Imagine waking up and realizing your entire oak tree has been stolen. Someone in Texas managed to dig up and steal a 40-foot tree. How? We have no idea. 4. 300 tons of pennies. A truck carrying 300 tons of pennies was stolen in Philadelphia. That's over $1.5 million in loose change. Just imagine the thieves trying to cash that in at the bank. Yeah, we'd like to deposit a couple hundred tons of pennies, please. Safe to say they didn't get away with it. Number 3, Abraham Lincoln's corpse. In 1876, a gang of criminals came up with an insane idea. They wanted to dig up Abraham Lincoln's body and hold it for ransom. They actually got into the tomb, but just as they were about to take his body, bam! Secret Service agents stopped them, and after that, Lincoln was reburied under several feet of concrete. No one's stealing Honest Abe now. Number 2, a whole bank. Not just money, not just a vault, but an entire bank was stolen. In California, a group of criminals literally dismantled a whole bank vault and took it with them. This was one of the craziest heists in history, and somehow they almost got away with it. Almost. 1, a 10-foot tall fork. In Missouri, thieves stole a giant 10-foot fork from outside a restaurant. Maybe they were just really, really hungry. And that's it. 51 of the weirdest things ever stolen. Which one shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time for even crazier stories.